So I want to find the correct words for this situation. I've been in a different city in the middle of the country for almost just about a week now. Today will make it a week. First time living on my own, and I know I'm going to be gone for long. Like, I've taken trips for a few days, a week, without my family. But seeing as I know I'm going to be out here until Christmas, right before Christmas, mid-December, it's kind of intriguing. At the top of the year in January, I definitely wouldn't have thought that I would have been living in a different city, in a completely different field, learning different things. But I can say that probably since early 2024, I have really been wanting to get into an apprenticeship type role. One, because at the time, my current job, at the time, my current job, now my former job, it's like, it's one of those jobs where it's really no upward growth. And once you get a certain role, like, you kind of there. You're kind of stuck there. So that was the biggest thing that I wanted to do. And I don't know, me being delusional about my abilities, I said, you know what, I can go just about anywhere in this country and thrive in a role like this. Lo and behold, the opportunity presented itself, but I'm learning to work on diesel trucks, and it's a company. I'm not gonna reveal the company, but it's a company that will essentially said, for this just about 2 months and some change, as long as you can get out here and feed yourself, we're gonna house you, we're gonna teach you, we're gonna pay you. All three of those. And really, that housing portion was one of the deciding factors in me coming out here. Because again, I wanted an apprenticeship where I could learn, and then I also wanted, to be paid by, it's always nice to get paid, when you're doing something. And the tuition is free, so long as you finish the apprenticeship. In terms of, like, they teach you, and then you go to the location that they'll send you to. They'll help you sort out, a whole bunch of things. They make it difficult for you to fail. Let me say that much. And I might be whispering a little bit because it's 4:51 a.m. Yeah, 4:51 a.m. And I got two of the people in here that I've never met until last week, and we're all staying in the same apartment. And they're pretty much asleep. Like, we don't go to work for another almost 2.5 hours. Yeah, because it's almost 5, so yeah, 7:30. So yeah, we don't go to work for another 2.5 hours. But I'm up because I'm also in college, so I'm doing both right now. But again, that was another deciding factor in coming to this program, because even though we're working, quote unquote, learning like a class, like in school, like a college, like a trade school, the tuition is not being put on us unless, again, unless we don't succeed in completing the program, completing the prerequisites. So I would say it's really hard for you to fail in a role like this. But this is really showing me the power of your mind, and the old saying that you can do anything you put your mind to. I think people misconstrue that a little bit because I think from what I've noticed from other people, I see that other people think and then they don't do anything else, or they just pray about it. You can't just pray about it, because even in the Bible, I grew up Christian, even in the Bible it says faith without works is dead. So you can have all the faith you want, but what works are you putting in? What type of research are you doing? What are you learning? What are you putting your trust in? Because the faith, and I believe a lot of people's faith really is not as strong as they say it is, but I'm not one to judge. That's not my place. I just attempt to share information with people that want to learn. So, right now, I am in a new city, again, that I never thought I would be staying in because I applied for the job back in July, towards the end of July. Got a call back, and once I kind of saw that there was traction with this role, I immediately came out the next month. I came out here for a couple of days just to get a vibe of the city, and I really enjoyed it. But again, that was only like a 3-day, 2 full days, and then I go back in the morning. So yeah, I got here late on like a Tuesday, I think, on like a Tuesday or something, and no, it wasn't Tuesday, it was like a Thursday. I'm slipping. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then something like that. But I got here after work that day, left work, went straight to the airport, got on the plane, got here probably almost over, I think it was like midnight almost, got into bed, woke up, started exploring the city. Next day, explored the city some more, went the other way, because I went one way and then I said, all right, let me go the other way. We started exploring, and then, by that second day, it was time to hit it. But the biggest thing I took away from that first trip was, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Because I went to another city in the state last year for a full week for a conference. I mean, I enjoyed the conference, but the city itself, me personally, it just wasn't for me. Yeah, and it just didn't do it for me like this does it for me. So I'm grateful that I experienced both of those. But again, at the end of this program, I'm gonna head back home, back to the East Coast, and then immediately I'll leave. Let me look at the calendar really quickly. I'll leave that Saturday, be back that Sunday probably, and then that Tuesday I'm going to where the new location is, and that's gonna be my new home after that. That's gonna be closer to the northern Midwest. I think it's categorized as Midwest, the state, but it's at the very top of the country almost. So again, I've never been there. And then that trip immediately after this time is going to be, that's gonna be the first time I'm going out there. So it's a lot of new, different, I would say, experiences, but I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. Some of the videos the next couple of videos that I post are gonna be from earlier in the year. Some of it is gonna be from the first trip that I came out here. I might have said the city in there, but if I did, then I didn't. But I'm not gonna say it in this video. But I appreciate you watching, and we'll see what happens.